plaintiff, Jimmy Mendozo, was friends with the defendant, and he claims they bonded over the fact that they both like to date sugar daddies. Jimmy claims while living together, the defendant called the police and falsely accused him of pulling a knife on her, and he's suing her for unreturned property and lost wages. Defendant Jada Laverne says after moving in with Jimmy, he became controlling and a violent drunk. Jada claims as a result of his temper, she was forced to file a restraining order against him, and she denies owing Jimmy for anything.
All right, start with you.
Okay, so I met Jada earlier this year. We were introduced to each other by a mutual friend. Jada and I immediately connected and bonded because we had so much things in common, but I think our most common denominator was that we both dating sugar daddies. So basically, after moving in with Jada, I started
How much you getting?
I'm sorry?
How much are you getting? Sugar daddy, by definition, mean they're giving sugar out and about money. You getting over $2,000 a month? What you getting?
Well, my sugar daddy turned into a Splenda daddy. So I was with him for 4 years, and I ended up actually leaving that relationship.
Well, how much were you getting when you
I was getting a $5,000 monthly allowance at one point.
All right.
And I was also getting perks like traveling around the world.
Okay.
And, yeah.
He was rich, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's actually a lawyer.
Okay. How much were you getting?
$5,000 to $10,000 a month.
You had a rich sugar daddy too? Okay. Go ahead.
So we started colliding with each other, just like arguing, and it escalated one day when I got a knock at my door, my bedroom door, and I was greeted by police officers who then handcuffed me and claimed that I had threatened Jada and our other friend with a knife.
What had you all fallen out about at that?
Well, basically, our other friend was supposed to be living with us, and she never moved in with us. Even though her name was on the lease, I told Jada that if she didn't remove...
Prior to that, you all had a good relationship?
Well, yes.
Okay. Before we go into the specifics of the property, let me ask her to give some background.
I met Jimmy through a mutual friend. He was always a really good friend to me, and we both didn't have family in LA, and we really bonded over that. And we decided to move in together, and that's when I feel like he changed. He started to get a little bit controlling. Sometimes when he would drink, he would get violent, and so I had my friend come after I got a restraining order.
Why'd you have to get a restraining
Because the
order?
whole knife thing, I wasn't involved with that, but...
The knife had something to do, it sounds like, with the property he's referring to. No?
No.
The knife happened before the property issue?
That's correct, Your Honor. Our most common denominator was that we both dating sugar daddies. So basically, after moving in with Jada, I started
How much you getting?
I'm sorry?
How much are you getting? Sugar daddy, by definition, mean they're giving sugar out.
Defendant Jada Laverne is being sued by her former roommate, who claims Jada called the police on him and falsely accused him of pulling a knife on her.
Why don't you give me your version of the knifing issue?
Well, basically, I told Jada that I was going to be moving out, and she wanted me to move out immediately. So that's when the police were called the first time.
Because you said, I'm not leaving immediately, I'm not
correct,
prepared.
Sir. And so the police came, and, I didn't get arrested. They didn't want to arrest me. Instead, he suggested that I leave for a night, chill out, and then return with a clear head, which I did. When I came back, I walked into my apartment with one of my friends because I just didn't feel comfortable by myself there anymore. So now I'm sitting in my room with my friend getting ready for the night, and in walks this thug. And he's just intimidating. I'm like, I don't even know who this guy is. And he says, I need you to get out right now, or else I'm going to do what I got hired to come here to do. I left, and then we had an agreement that I would come back the next day to retrieve my property, at which point she hands me a restraining order herself. I try to contact Jada multiple times.
The knife.
Oh, there was no knife, sir. That was
that's
false
something
accusation.
she's lying about, you're
Yes.
saying. Okay, let me hear from you about this knife you're referring to.
My friend Nikki, it's her and I on the lease. Jimmy only paid $300 in rent, and then we paid the rest, which
How much was the total?
$3,600. So she said that Jimmy pulled a knife on her. She called the cops, and that was that. I mean, I was in my room the whole time.
Okay, so you don't know.
No.
Let me get to the property you're suing about. You left? You
Okay,
say
so
again?
I left, Your Honor. And
To
then,
avoid confrontation.
yes, and you know, it took me many times to try to retrieve my property that was still in the house.
How many about? Approximately.
I actually went one time with a police officer after I had gotten a call from one of my friends.
So why didn't you get it all when you went with the police?
Well, I went there and they told me that Jada had put my property outside, which wasn't even a fraction of my property. It was literally out on the patio.
This is you with the police
unsecured.
with you.
That's correct, sir. It was literally, some of my property was left on the patio unsecured, and the doors were locked. I couldn't come into the apartment because when they did hire that thug to come and threaten me out, he did take my keys and at one point even took my phone and prevented me from calling the police that same night. So I gave her one more chance, so I went again with the police, and at which point the police did recommend that I take her to court because there was not anything that they could do, or there wasn't anything that the leasing office can do because they couldn't get involved.
And you were a resident, so.
That's correct, sir.
All right.
And the light bill was in my name, and so was the cable bill.
Okay. And your property was stolen and/or ruined.
That's correct, sir. And also it was
What do you have there?
withheld from me. I have
Regarding your property.
text messages of
Okay.
me trying to get my things back from Jada. Then I also have some
You have a
pictures
list
of my
of the property? You have, okay, you have
some pictures
a
of the
pictures?
property and receipts.
All right. Ma'am, what do you want to tell me about this?
He was just being, I feel like, spiteful and dramatic. And when he left, I went home and visited Louisiana to my family's house. And I had my friend put his things on the balcony. As far as his makeup kit, that I never knew Jimmy to have a job being a makeup artist. The whole 4 months that we were friends.
Well, he didn't have to have a job to be a makeup artist. I didn't hear him say that. He's got his makeup is well done today for himself. Maybe it was his makeup for itself.
Well, I'm a certified
No,
makeup
but-
artist. I also have my
He is,
certificate.
okay.
And then I also have some of my work is on there.
All right.
He's suing me because he says he
Pardon?
couldn't work. He
Pardon?
says he couldn't work without his makeup kit, and that's what
Right.
he's doing.
If he's a makeup artist, he can't work without a makeup
No,
kit.
but he never had a job being a makeup artist.
He has a certificate and he says he has. This is sharp.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If your kit did this type of work, you had a heck of a makeup kit. That is outstanding.
That's one of my clients.
Okay. Yeah, ma'am. He's showing me clients and everything.
He
Pardon?
says he couldn't work without his makeup kit, and that's what
Right.
he's doing.
If he's a makeup artist, he can't work without a makeup
No,
kit.
but he never had a job being a makeup artist.
He has a certificate and he says he has. This is sharp.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Defendant Jada Laverne is being sued by her former roommate, who claims Jada called the police on him and falsely accused him of pulling a knife on her.
What's your defense? Is that he's not a makeup artist? That's your only defense?
No, it's that
You told someone to do it. What else?
I put his things outside. I shouldn't owe him for those things. that
Yeah, a
he
lot of
says
people
weren't
don't
there.
understand the law in that regard. In this case, he was a tenant. As a tenant, remember you told me $300 a month? So as a tenant, you have to get a court order to set someone's things out, whether they're your roommate, your tenant, or otherwise. Yeah, he can say he's going to move, but that doesn't mean you can immediately throw his things out. You can't touch his things without his permission. You can't throw them out. That's a lesson you're going to have to learn today. You can't throw folks' stuff out on the whim of an argument. So you're going to have to pay for everything that he's missing and that is damaged. I mean, he may not have had $5,000 worth of stuff. It looks like it. And the level of professionalism that it appears and skill level that he has, it appears it might be about that. But my point is, There's nothing you could have done with his property, and when you do, you have to pay for everything that the person claims. But you do say you have receipts, so I'll at least look at a couple of receipts.
Those were.
But okay, a printer, custom neon sign. You had that? No, you don't. Oh, okay, and prosthetic breasts. You ever wear those or see them rather?
Yes, I saw those.
Okay, I know when he coming here flat. Hey, man, his stuff back. Go get you some more, man. 5,000 is your judgment. Have a good day.
He was dramatic. I had to get him out, and he wouldn't leave.
Plaintiff Kenesha Taper started dating the defendant while in prison. And once they were released, they moved in together. After 2 months of living together, Kenesha admits she started seeing someone else, and she claims when the defendant found out, she destroyed her clothes. Defendant Destiny Abrago says she was released from prison before Kenesha, and she did everything for Kenesha while she was serving out her sentence. Destiny claims she learned of Kenesha's affair after seeing a text message, and she's countersuing for car damages.
Start with you.
Well, Destiny, she's an ex-girlfriend of mine. Destiny and I, we met each other in prison in 2013. She left November 2013. When she left, me and her, we stayed in contact with each other. So when I got released in May 2014, we moved in together. When we moved in together, everything was like fine for like the first couple of months. And then after that, it just got shaky. I became involved with somebody else. While
you living with her?
Yes.
Who was paying the bills?
She was paying majority.
Okay. And you're suing about your clothing being ruined?
Yes.
All right. You do understand why?
I can see. Yes.
Okay, as long as you do. Ma'am, why don't you give me some background?
I can corroborate what she's saying. We met in prison in June of 2013. I was released in November, kept in great contact with her. I wrote her, I sent her pictures, money, anything she wanted, because I wholeheartedly loved her from her intellect. There was no sex involved, none of that at first, and I'm irate.
Okay. So when she came out, how did things go?
She came out, everything was great. We have children. She has a 7-year-old daughter. I have a 3-year-old son. We grew a family together. Everything was great for a couple months, and then things changed, and I'm a nag, and I do this, and everything was different. I would notice her, like, going to the other room to talk on the phone.
You assumed it was another woman?
I was almost positive it was another woman.
All right, and you asked her about it?
Absolutely.
And what happened? She said, yeah?
Oh, no, babe, you know I love you, and just the whole run around, and, and I knew something was up. I knew it.
How'd you become convinced?
She left her phone in her non-work pants. The phone rings, I go over to it, and, like, the screen's locked, so I can't really see the whole text message, but I can see from Boo, are you still spending the... And I couldn't see the rest of it. I knew what happened. I was irate. I was extremely mad. I lost my noodle.
The thing is that she thought every woman, I'm gay. I like women. So she thought that every woman that I spoke with... She doesn't? Yeah. She thought that every woman that I was talking to she thought automatically I was messing around with them. But basically, she didn't know that off the rip that the person that was texting or whatever was somebody that I was involved with. She just went off like her thinking that that's who it was.
Hold on.
Like everybody, like every other woman, like every other friend that I had.
But you were, though.
But she didn't know that.
Yes, she did. That's why she went off.
No.
Yeah. That's why she went off. I got news for you. That's why she went off on you.
Defendant Destiny Abrago is being sued by her ex-girlfriend, who claims Destiny came to her hotel room last night because she wanted to have sex.
Let's get on to these ruined clothes. What happened there?
I'm at work. She called me first. And she was asking me about the messages or whatever, so I told her I didn't want to talk about it right now. So I told her I'd call her back like a couple minutes later. That's when my sister And her friend had called me and was like, Destiny, she getting ready to do some stuff to your clothes. So I'm like, oh, okay. So then I told them at work I had an emergency. I went home. When I go home, I got all of my stuff, majority of it in a pile. I think it was grease or something that was on it. They were cut up. I got pictures of them too.
See it? What did it come to? The amount of the damages? Is that the total amount you're suing for?
Yeah, and then
That's all
he
the
has the
damages.
list. So as you see, she did a number on my.
Yep.
Excuse me if I can say one thing about that. The majority of those that clothing, I purchased that.
She bought a couple things for me for when I first
Once
got
you
out of
give them
prison.
to her, ma'am, they're gifts and they are hers.
Yeah.
And you did do this? You tell me about it.
I found every single hat, every single shoe, every single piece of clothing, boxers, anything I could find. And in all honesty, I mean, whether they were gifts or not, I can admit to it because I don't feel bad. I don't have any remorse. She messed with my emotions and my heart. I'm going to mess with all your stuff and your life.
When did you all break up? Right after that?
Absolutely.
Never
it was
got
immediate.
back together?
I left for like a couple days. I was there. I was
Never
gone.
got back together?
Okay. Yeah. She was calling me last night. Matter of fact, she came to my room last night.
Wow.
I did not stay in her room last night
Yeah.
because I had too much to drink and I decided it'd be a good idea for me to not sleep with my ex-girlfriend.
Why'd you go over there then?
To try to kind of smooth things out. Like, you know, like, hey, we're going to be in this courtroom together. We might as well have a cordial conversation before. But it...
Phone didn't work?
Judge Mathis never came up in my hotel room.
Okay, well, you could put it this way. I'm not the one who messes around, and I'm not that sex hungry, so I came over there for one reason and one reason only.
What?
Sex.
Sex.
Your counterclaim for car damages, how does she owe you?
Okay, about 2 weeks prior to the incident, she was going out like every single night. I let her use the vehicle. I told her, I don't want to blow another fuel pump. They cost a lot of money. Please put gas in it. No gas. So I walked to the gas station. The end result of all this, me going to put the gas in with the gas can, looking at my rear of my vehicle, seeing that my whole bumper is disabled, and I have all this evidence and estimates here from that.
Okay, and she admits to doing it? Ma'am, you
I
admit to doing
didn't.
that?
I didn't. I don't recall hitting anything, not to my knowledge.
All
You're
right.
drunk.
It was fine when you took it, and then it was wrecked when you took it back.
Yeah.
So who should be responsible?
See, this is the thing. I offered to pay for it.
Okay.
But at the time, she said, oh, no, baby, that's okay. You don't have to pay for it.
That is a lie. And I have the estimates here, and I have pictures of the vehicle as well.
All right, and she told you that. What were you all doing when she told you that? Tell me how it went.
We were sitting on the couch, and then I was, laying up with her, and I told her, like, I know I was the last person to drive the truck, so I agree to pay for the damages. And she said, oh, no, baby, you don't have to worry about that. I already know that you in between jobs and whatnot, and I'll take care of it. It didn't come up to where I had to pay for it until after she found out that I was talking to another female.
The last words you all had regarding this is that she wanted her money. So I'll grant her her money, $2,110 for the car damages, and I'll grant you your $2,329 for the clothing that she ripped up. Have a good day, ladies.
She gonna call me tomorrow, and gonna be the same thing.
You know, and in all honesty, I gave you my all in this relationship. I wanted nothing from you except for your love, and that was it.
And now a special throwback update as these litigants are back in Judge Mathis's courtroom. Plaintiff Destiny Abrago met the defendant in prison, and they dated for 6 years once they were released. Destiny claims throughout the relationship the defendant was verbally, mentally, and physically abusive, and she's suing her for stolen property and an electric bill. Defendant Kanisha Taper says when she met Destiny in prison, she learned she was a stripper and a prostitute. And Kanisha believes Destiny is still prostituting. She's countersuing for the cost of a trip.
Start with you.
Your Honor, Kanisha and I dated for a duration of 6 years on and off.
Starting when?
2013,
Okay.
we met in prison and proceeded our relationship outside of there for 6 years on and off. Throughout this relationship, Kanisha was verbally, physically, mentally abusive.
How so? Give me some examples.
She has slapped me, she has taken my belongings, she has taken my ID, smashed my phone.
Plaintiff Destiny Abrago dated the defendant on and off for 6 years, and she claims the entire time they were together, the defendant physically and verbally abused her.
How often would she physically abuse you?
It happened throughout our relationship, I'd say every couple months. It wasn't a consistent thing, but
Okay.
it was something that happened frequently.
Yeah, that
I do
is
have
frequent.
proof
I see
of...
that. What is this?
This is Facebook evidence of her admitting that she abused me for
Okay.
6 years.
She says, scary, because you know how I get down. I beat your for 6 years straight and counting.
I didn't do that. We both fought. It was a mutual thing. It wasn't
Okay,
just.
I'm just going by what you said.
I know. I'm just saying
You
it was
say whatever you
back and
want.
forth
I
thing.
read very well, though. Say whatever you want. Go ahead. What do you want to tell? You interrupted to say something. What is it?
Well, no, like I was saying, it wasn't like I just sat and fought her. It was like she fought me too. You know,
Okay.
it just so happened I was stronger than her. You know,
Okay.
that
good
was
enough.
it.
All right. Thank
But,
you.
yeah.
All right.
She also
Now,
says in that same paper that you're looking at that she'll be on her way to St. Cloud to find me. So I said, I'm not scared of you. I'm waiting on you.
But that's because you was going back and forth on Facebook with me.
I
though.
know where you work, so you won't be hard. Now, where's the part that says, the other part that you're referring
I believe it's on
to?
that paper, sir.
Show me
Your
that.
Honor. I told her, go ahead, I'll be waiting. She says, but I'll be on my way. I'll be in St. Cloud tomorrow.
Okay.
But that's after you were talking slick on Facebook.
I got
but
you. What do
whatever.
you want to tell me?
But anyway, like she said, Destiny and I, we met in prison some years back. While we were in prison, some mutual friends of ours there had told me that Destiny herself, that she was a prostitute and a stripper, which by any means get your money, however you do, sis. But she had told me...
What were you?
What was I?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know, a scammer.
Okay.
You know,
Good
I mean,
enough.
I'm just being real.
All right,
but-
at least she opened with hers. A scammer is deceptive, is a liar.
Yeah,
And
I
a
mean,
cheat.
yeah.
And that's why I take her word over yours on this.
I mean,
I'm
okay,
sure you
that's
understand
fine,
now
that's fine.
why I
I get
take
you,
her
I get you,
word.
I get you.
Even with all that excuse you got, you trying to scare me because that's what you do.
But anyway, like I said, she was doing all of that. So when we had got out, I don't know if you know before, but we were on your show a couple years ago.
For what?
Because we were suing each other.
About what?
She had destroyed a whole bunch of my clothes.
Because you cheated.
Yeah,
Mess.
whatever.
Come on, hurry up, get with
Yeah,
it.
but,
Why y'all keep bringing this mess to me? Go ahead.
But anyway, so after we had came on the show, we had got back together, which was the worst mistake I ever did. Things started to get rough because after we came on your show, I had started to dress more girlyish because before I was more studdish. You know, I started getting my nails done and wearing makeup. And Destiny.
Got your Cardi B nails over
You
there.
know. And
Go
Destiny, you know, she didn't like it just because of the simple fact that, you know, I lost a lot of weight and I was getting more attention than her. It created more problems throughout our relationship. And after that, we just kind of...
Couldn't get along?
Basically.
All right, tell me about the property and the electric bill you're suing for.
Your Honor,
What
can
happened?
I please give this to you as well?
What is it?
This is Kanisha inboxing me on Facebook telling me that if I didn't contact her, if I didn't talk to her, if I didn't do what she wanted to, that she was going to post these very, very personal
Yes,
photos
see,
on
please.
Facebook, which she eventually did post these Facebook
We
pictures.
posted them too, though.
And a video of me as well that was incredibly explicit. This video was reported and it was taken down immediately.
Destiny, you posted the video too, though.
This conversation is between me and Judge Mathis.
Girl, bye.
Plaintiff Destiny Abrago dated the defendant on and off for 6 years, and she claims the entire time they were together, the defendant physically and verbally abused her.
Go ahead. Tell me about the property and the electric bill.
On January 22nd, I left the residence that Kanisha and I shared. Kanisha's abuse got to the point where I could not tolerate it anymore. She called me at work and threatened me. I immediately went to her sister's house where I had 2 bags of clothes, important documents, and I got my stuff, I got in my car, and I left. She was calling me every 5 seconds at work. We worked in the same place. Calling me, telling me she's coming up there, she's gonna beat me up, she's gonna do all types of things. So I immediately left, and I went to the domestic abuse shelter in St. Cloud. So I left in the middle of the night. In the beginning of February, I messaged her and I asked her what we're gonna do about the electric bill, because I had paid my portion of the electric bill and I had paid up my portion of the rent as well. And on the 12th, she said that she would leave her stuff and would be moving on the 25th, and I could come and get whatever I wanted, and by the time that she moves, everything will be paid off.
Okay, let me see that.
Yes.
That's her
And
agreeing
I wasn't
to pay
referring to
everything
the
now.
electric bill, and I think you know that.
26th of February, I contacted her cordially and respectfully and asked her, what is the situation? Can I come and get my stuff? She clapped back in the next email and told me I'm not getting anything.
Yeah.
I left
All right, let me hear from you, ma'am.
So far
The
as like,
property and the bill.
okay, well, the electric bill was in her name, and out of the whole time that Destiny and I were together, that was like probably one of the only few bills that she was responsible of paying. So I never agreed to sit and pay the electric
Okay,
bill.
that's
You
the
did?
electric bill. How about the property?
Okay, and the property was left at the house. Destiny had, when she left, I didn't tell her to leave, so she says she left and fled and blah, 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 whatever. But she had every opportunity. She had weeks prior before I left the apartment to come back and get the furniture. I kept telling her that I'm getting ready to leave on this and this and date. I'm wondering if she was way in St. Cloud and I was in North Dakota. I'm wondering how she was expecting me to get the furniture to her.
I did not expect you to, and if you had seen
But
those
I left the
emails-
furniture there, like I said.
And what happened?
I left the furniture there,
you didn't.
along with all
I
her
have proof.
belongings, all of her clothes and everything, pictures and everything else. I left that stuff there at the apartment. I felt like it wasn't my responsibility.
Right. What happened to it?
bring
Do you know?
No, I don't know.
Your Honor,
Okay.
she's lying, and I have photos of her time-stamped on Facebook
it.
with my furniture in the
All right.
background, the Rent-A-Center contract, and photos of the actual 7-piece bedroom set from Rent-A-Center.
Okay, right, and she
So the
sent
game
me,
didn't run out, huh?
But she
so you
sent me-
can't scam 2 Exes, right? I mean, you from the game, you ex-gamer, and I'm ex-gamer, so you can't scam us, right? Thank you. Good enough. The game
Right.
is over.
No,
Your
no, no,
claim
no,
is
no.
dismissed. Yours is granted. Have a good day.
Thank
You
you.
contradicted
Thank
yourself
you, Your
once
Honor.
again.
And Miss Kanisha,
Girl,
I'm coming
bye.
for
We
that
like- girl, you
Equinox.
look like a third
I'm
grade
coming
teacher.
for that
Get your
Equinox. I'm
outta
just
here.
letting you know. So keep doing them gas and goes, them hit runs. 'Cause I'm
keep
coming for that car.
prostituting, though, right? Keep prostituting. Back page closed. Go take out a newspaper ad.
Obviously, I can't tell. Look at
Obviously.
your trash.
Girl, get your bony coked out. Get the out of here.